Howdy cowboys! Today I've got something mighty strange for y'all. A brand new glitch that'll tickle your funny bone and gear up Arthur like never before. We're gonna be wrapping animal carcasses around Arthur like makeshift armor. It ain't just hilarious, it opens up a whole world of possibilities. Now I reckon the community ought to know its heroes. So I spent a good while tracking down the feller who first brought this glitch to light. Tip your hat to Mr. Tetias, first man to share this fine discovery with the English-speaking crowd. Link to his original video down in the description. Alright, let's get to it. To pull off this glitch, you'll need at least 6 full bottles of liquor and some poison arrows. First, find yourself an animal that Arthur can sling over his shoulder. The bigger, the better. Now I know folks keep yapping about legendary animals on YouTube, but hear me out. Any animal Arthur can carry on his back will do just fine. Once you've got your beast, hit it with the poison arrow. Then walk up and aim at it with your bow or rifle. This here's to skip the animation where Arthur takes a swig of liquor. So here's what you do. Hold down R2 to keep your aim, then press and hold L1 to open wheel menu. While still holding both, drink a full bottle of liquor. Then let go of L1 and press it again right quick. Drink another one. You're gonna need to knock back 6 bottles in total. After the last one, count 5 seconds, then hit square. When the pickup prompt shows, press and hold square again straight away. If you done it right, when Arthur sobers up, that carcass will still be hanging on him, like some backwoods body armor. Let's run through it once more, partner. Poison the animal. Aim at it. Drink 6 bottles while still aiming. After the 6, wait 5 seconds. Kill the animal and immediately pick it up by holding square. Arthur will be strutting around with a mighty fine piece of armor. But if you press square too early, Arthur just flip the carcass normal-like. Too late, and it will vanish clean off. Timing's everything, but trust me, do it over 10 times and you start feeling that sweet spot. And the most interesting, you can do it more than once. I got 1 carcass on me, then 2, then 3, and finally 4. Didn't try more than that, but I should love to hear what you folks manage. Drop your message in the comments. And the best part, with this glitch you can head into New Austin as Arthur way back in chapter 2. There you'll find rare loot, legendary animals, unique horses, journal entries, and even back those pesky Herbalist 9 challenges. But that, my friends, is a tale for another video.